Hello again. This is the Waterman, Spiritual Toolbox number 401, John chapter 4, recording number 38, audio recording number 718, and examination table number 374. I'll be continuing in John chapter 4, verse 11, okay? I'll start out reading it from the King James Version. The woman saith unto him, to Jesus, Sir, you hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Okay, now let's get it. All right. Now, first word in there they translate as saith comes from the word LEGO 3004. Here it is.
Strong's G 3004.
Lego. Okay. Now, that word it's a root word, it's a verb. It means, in Strong's exhaustive concordance, it means to relate in words. Okay? On the online biblical use, to point out with words. Okay? To advise, exhort, to command, to direct. So in our hearts, in our minds, in those thought processes, in the storms of our lives, God is advising. It's like Jesus. His name means Jesus. His name means Yahweh is salvation, is deliverance. He's advising us, commanding us. This is the way you go. Okay? All the other ways is thieves and robbers. That's your own carnality. You're disagreeing with God. You can't go that way. You can't go up that 6-foot step. Go from this red Adamic way up to God's higher, heavenly thinking processes, his righteousness. You can't make that. Bridge that gap any other way. The only way to go up that so-called wall to your humanistic thinking, that 6-foot step, if you will, you're trying to get over that 666 in your mind and in your forehead, your mind, in your hand. God's taking out this giving you opportunity to transform one of those little bitty tiny pixels, if you will, out of that one thought process is dealing with. From a dark pixel to a light pixel. That's one out of like a myriad. And that myriad being like a number, something similar to the size of that one pixel of light, or one pixel of darkness, is 1e to the negative 35 thought processes. So it's taking that thought process and dividing that one thought process, one with 35 zeros after it, dividing that one thought process that many times. And each one of those is like one little pixel. If you want to pixelate it, put dots. It's that many dots. And their dots are dark or light. Dark, ignorance of God's ways. Dumber than a rock. Carnal-mindedness. Non-spiritualness. Bring that from a non-spiritual way of thinking to the spiritual way of thinking. From this non-spiritual realm, region, atmospheric region, this red Adamic bullcrap thinking, this red in the face, Adamic way of thinking, the beast. Humanistic thinking, Adamic thinking. You could also put AAA, Adamic thinking in your mind and your hand. Same thing, 666. The number of man. Thinking. Dumbass. Ass, donkey. Thinking. It's black. And there's a whole bunch that's elliptically surrounding that one little pixel of light. The Christ, the seed of faith. That limited portion that God breathed into that fleshly thinking. And the two became a living soul. Now God's giving you opportunity to pursue him in hot pursuit. Be emphatic. The couple on him. Let him pull you out. Two things. These pixels can't be dark and light at the same time. God's giving you opportunity in these pressure situations, these calamities, tribulation, this thalipsis, the storms of our lives. He's giving you opportunity to change the way you think, metanoia. So you got to optonomy. See, hear, taste, touch, and smell it with Christ in control. See that it's that old ass nature, it's darkness controlling that one little pixel down in there, that one E to the 35. There's only one of them that's lit up at the beginning. This is one thought process. God's giving you opportunity to change this. Come on up, boom, pop, to relight that fire. Kick out that old thing. There's two in your field. One will be taken, one left. Kick that darkness out and possess the land, that mind, with Christ. Let go to two. See, that one becomes two, then 4, then 8, then 16. It's time to do this. It's growing. God's taking over. He's the rightful king. Let him relight you from the inside out. By doing this overwhelming mass, this hopelessness of there's one up against 1e to the 35, one with 35 zeros after it. And that's one thought process. And there's a whole myriad of thought processes in you. And it's constantly increasing. So you can't really number it. It goes a little bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay? God's giving a chance, giving you an opportunity to see his glorious power coming alive in you. Show you who you really are. You're the light in Christ. Whew. He's coming alive. He's to revive you, bring you back to life, resurrect you from that dead to be called out of his death, that darkness. Darkness, walking around in your thinking process, living in your thinking process, but it's dead. Wake up, you sleeper. You're asleep. You're dead. To be carnally minded is death. Non-spiritually minded is death. Darkness. Let him replace that. 1, make it 2. Then 4, then 8, then 16. Double, double, double. It grows exponentially. Because the other alternative to that is you fall out of love with God and it gets deeper, darker, yucker. It grows. It doubles, 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 doubles. 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. Okay, when God's put these pressures, brings you to that point, the eye of the storm, where you got to decide. You're going on up to his higher way. He's relighting your fire. Burning, consuming, and refining that old yuck thinking, those dark pixels out of you. Kick those things out and possess the land in its place. It's a military term, that possess. To drive those things out, those former aboriginal things that God put in there to subject you to this vanity. Not willingly, but in hope. He's giving you a chance. Whenever this thing starts blowing, oh my goodness, the gratitude, the excitement. Through this experience, this oh my, this increase just grows and grows and grows. Oh my, your confidence. You grow from a hopeless state of all these 1 with 35 zeros after it. Those thoughts against the 1 of Christ in there. It tries to like muzzle it out. Smother it out. Because the outside diameter, like of a thought process, we're saying, just this ball of your thinking, it's going so much, you cram that thing full of 1 with 35 zeros after it. That many thought processes, and you put 1 in there, it's of Christ. Pretty overwhelming odds, right? more than even winning the lottery. And their chances of winning that is slim to none. This is you got far less odds of that. But that's out of your own might and power. It's absolutely, you cannot do it. Ooh, yuck. Oh, you. Ooh. Absolutely not. God won't allow that. But if you go through Him, it's through Jesus, Jesus. God is salvation. Yahweh is salvation. Right then, right now. Not Jehovah, Jehovah. It's got vowels in it. That elongate puts it out here, back there. In the future, in the past. No, it's right then. Make up your mind now. Swallow that big chaw of beast nature, or you're spitting it out, you're vomiting it out with the extreme disgust, that spew. You're doing just like Daddy God. Like it says in Revelation 3:16, I think it is. God will spew you. He wants you hot or cold. He'll spew you. If you're lukewarm, he'll spew you out of his mouth. Huh? That's what you got to do. Same thing. You got to vomit that junk out of your mouth. Turn from it when you realize it. Metanoia. Change the way you think. And go back to God full bore. Become a widow to that old stuff. Ooh, yuck. And God is giving you the strength to pull that out. A little bit by little bit by little bit. If you try to do it, you're thinking, well, I can handle it all. Okay. All of a sudden, bam, you got one thought process. Here comes a 1 with 35 zeros after it for one thought process. We're going to just slam one, change one thought process totally. Bam! Oh my goodness! Kill him! What are you doing? Trying to kill me? But God won't put more on you than you can handle. See, so you get a 1 over this 1 with 35 zeros after it. That's small. A little step. And that's something you can't even do yourself. You got to rest and rely on God. Because if you rest and rely on this old junk, nasty darkness, it won't accumulate or be cumulative or add up. It won't bring you back into the right-mindedness of God. And it won't bring you back into unity with God at all by feeding with your own Jacob's well water. Trying to drive out Jacob's well water, or your old beast nature with your old beast nature. You can't do that. But drive it out with God. God gives you opportunity. Yes, sir, Daddy. I agree. Yes, sir. Chop this out. Skim it out. Way out. I don't want this crap no more. Right? And in doing this, you'll be coming out of the stranger realm. Stranger to God's ways. Working your way up. Not just one-time thing. Working it up, habitually practicing. Friend realm. Keep going, existing. Bride. You're putting on these garments, the right wedding garments, and being reunited in God. That's one thought process. Out of a myriad of thought processes. And innumerable. He's Erhamai, and he's bringing his parousia. He's making his appearance in you, and then that reflecting, going from that grace, that influence in your heart, in your mind, in your thought process, and it's reflecting out to your lifestyle, the way you live, think, be, who you are. That's coming out to the public. But it's got to go inside you first. God's ways are way above our ways. His thought process way above our thought process. Don't trust your own dumbass nature. Your own 666 nature. That's the dumb donkey. Kick its butt out. And God gives you the opportunity to. Here's my butt. Here's my boot. My shoe. Get out. And you gotta let God relight your fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Right? God's gonna take you higher. Yeah, to this superior way. 1, 2, 4. Huh? And you're setting that candlestick like a pinnacle in your mind, the highest spot inside you. Huh? Don't mean you have to speak. Oh, where that rhetoric comes, you'll be talking like, talking like me. We're blast that stuff out. Not melancholy. I'll keep it in. I'm just entertained. No. Child of God. Coming back from this seed form, to brephos, nepios, padion, technon, leos, back into the Father. Back all the way to the ENS, why in God. Each and every thought process. Here we go again, yeah. Right? Now, so that first word was saith in this verse 11 of John 4, right? Then it says, yeah, let's see, I didn't get all the way down there, did I? Okay, where is it? Is advising, exhorting, to command, to direct. To exhort means strongly, we need to find that out, strongly encourage or urge someone to do something. Be reasonable, sit my way, my child. God's given his case, his argument. He's given his explanation. And he's bringing the intensity up there to make it where you gladly want to agree with him. You should. If you don't autonomize, see, hear, taste, touch, and smell it correctly with God in control, you're going to eat more of your shit, more of your own see, hear, taste, touch with that ego in there. You're going to fall down the shitter, pop-a-doo-bang, falling down the stairs. Ooh, I'm all right. Didn't hurt. You dang liar. That old beast nature's a liar. And the truth's not in it. Get out, you sucker. Drive it out. And God gives you the opportunity. Otherwise, your power is nothing. God's power is everything. He's given you the opportunity to be reasonable and see my way. Agree with me. And we drive that sucker out. And then it'll, boom, light it up. More. 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, 12,024, 2,048, 4,096, 8,192, boom, 16,384, It's growing like an unbelievable amount. That's your one thought process. Okay? Now, it says, we got a note here. It says, let every man, every person work out their own salvation, their deliverance, not in fear and trembling. That's the red way. That's believing that old beast nature. Misinterpretation. Remember this dichotomy? Go the other way. Reverence, honor, respect. Oh my goodness, Father God, you are the greatest. You are my exceeding great reward. That other stuff is bullshit. It's worthless and detestable. I don't want it. Dry that sucker out. Get out. Right? Agree with God. Blech. Vomit that crap out. I'm not sick no more. Blech. Right? I'm not going to die to that old carnal mind. I'm not going to die in that carnal thinking, that non-spiritual thinking. No more. Get out, dog. God's showing me where you're at. He pulled your pants down. Now get out of here. Right? Not condemning nobody else. You're throwing that crap out of your mind. God's relighting it. Giving you that living water. You're not drinking that Jacob's well water no more. You're no good. It's sulfur water you. Right? Iron water, sulfur water, Giardia. Yeah. Sick. right? You're staining my wedding garments. Get out, right? Those are the pixels. Turn them back into light. By green with God. Green light God. Don't red light him, right? All right, now, so that's in saith. Lego. Well, I've added more explanation. Okay, you have to have some background. Okay, we're going into it, showing you, trying to. Now, saith unto him. That unto him comes from altos, 846. Should know this word.
Strong's G 846. Altas.
Right.
Altas.
It's he, she, or it, right? And it's from 109, AER, right? Through the idea of a baffling or confusing wind. In that storm of your life. Oh, I don't know which way up. Rely on God. And it'll give you that gravitational attraction. Boom, set you right on the rock. So you can walk across dryly. Walk safe and secure through that parting of the red seas of your mind. That red Adamic seas of your mind. Walk across there. Through the valley of the shadow of death. Because you're in that valley of decision. Choose God. Don't give in to all this 1E to the 35. One with 35 zeros after it. Going growling and snarling and telling you all kinds of stuff like those Hittite, Hivite, Pezrite, all them things, Jebusite, Deuteronomy 7:1, all those giants of Goliath and his brothers, I'm going to kill you and shove his big spear up your butt. You don't have to be afraid of none of that. God is your king. If God be for me, who can be against me? Says that at the end of Romans chapter 8. It's all over the place. God is my refuge. He's my rock. He's my strong fortress. All right. Go God's superior way and walk right across that. On dry ground. Don't be worried about them old Egyptians, Pharaoh and the Egyptians coming behind. God will take care of them. You walk across on dry ground, God will crush them under his foot, his lifestyle. You stay focused. Don't you turn around like Lot's wife. What was that back there? I'm going to forgot. Boom, pillar of salt. Don't do that. Plumb nutty, isn't it? Put it in the right mind, keep the right mind. I'm trusting in God. Celebrate. Celebrate, Jesus, celebrate. God is the greatest. Forget all this junk. Drop it like it's just nasty stuff. Not just hot, it's poisonous. Yuck, it's nasty. Drop it. You can't go through the eye of the needle. Across that parting of your Red Seas. Through that electromagnetic spectrum. Through the spinning upward spiral. Through the eye of the needle. You can't go that way. Hold on to the baggage of your own beast nature. Drop that stuff. That's an impedance, resistance to the flow of God taking you up. That spiraling funnel. He's getting rid of it. Let him consume that. Chop it out. Skim it out. Way out. Right? If you've been following and you're listening, I understand I was telling you a whole lot right there. Giving you almost like shorthand. Right. Then just a little bit, couple words there, I'm telling you all kinds of pictures. But you won't even know what that is if you haven't really looked at it and understood it before. We got to go on because God's got much greater things. Like to drive out, to conquer, to defeat all those little dark pixels. Drive them out and occupy it in its place in one thought process. Light that thing. Relight that. from like tiny, tiny 1 e to the negative 35. It's like a 1 with a slash and then put on the bottom. 1 with 35 zeros after it. 1 over 1 with 35 zeros after it. That's one thought process. That's like 1 pixel. Now change all them dark ones, starting with 1, into light ones, driving out the old ones. Let God drive that stuff out. You can't do it at all. It's not by your might, nor by your power, but it's by my spirit, says the Lord. Zechariah 4:6. Man, make it so. Right now is when you're doing it. God's doing it. Let him bring his erhamah. As you overcome in him, with him, as he's overcoming in you, he's making his appearance in you. God is the most omnipotent. He's the almighty, most powerful, omnipresent. He's everywhere at once. He's inside you doing it. And omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. He knows it all. That old darkness is a dumbass. It's a donkey. It don't know. It tries to tell you all kinds of stuff. It's got blindfold on here. Oh. It's dumb. It's a dumb mute. This mute that's put a sock and duct tape in there. It is written, God, man shall not live from bread alone. Now listen to that old beast nature. But every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God, focus on the light. How much focus would you have to see one little bitty pixel of light out of 1 with 35 zeros after it, surrounding it in one little bitty? No way you could even see that if it's buried down in there with natural way of thinking. Right now, electromagnetic spectrum coming from radio waves all the way out to gamma rays, then going all the way out into cosmic rays. The whole visible light spectrum that Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, starting from the wavelength, the red being the longest, going to violet being the shortest and the tightest. It's funneling. That's only like 300 nanometers out of over a 2,000-mile strip. If you wanted to do it proportionally, and it's just turning on the end. It's actually a spiraling funnel, staircase that's going on up. Well, don't go down. That's taking you into your own darkness, your ignorance of God's ways. Go up. That's the only way to do that. That's the green light. That's the narrowing passage. Getting narrow. Don't go down. That's Broadway. Leads to destruction. It'll crush you the other way. Oh, crap. Okay. Now, that was unto him, saith unto him. Okay. Now, next one. Going on down, it says thee, and then woman. Okay. Okay, this woman. Okay. Thee is from Ha.
Strong's G 3588. Ha.
Right.
Ha.
That's that he, sheer, it. Through the idea of a baffling wind. AER. Air 109. Strong, the concordance number 109. Okay. I think I already did that. Now we're talking about thee. It's Ha 3588. Sorry. It's the ball of thinking in your mind of what? The woman right here. This woman, this Samaritan woman, okay? Speaking of you, me, of each woman when God's dealing with it. This woman is from 1135. Gune, G-Y-N-E, this word.
Strong's G 1135. Gune.
And that comes from 1096. Very familiar word. Let's get to it right here. Ginomai. Ginomai. This word. Come on. There it is.
Strong's G 1096. Genomai.
All right.
Genomai.
That's a verb, right? Okay. It's a prolongation of a middle verb form of a primary verb. Okay. It's a prolonged primary verb. Okay. All right. And it means to become, to come into existence, begin to be born again, basically. Be regenerated. So God can start, boom, boom, boom. He's coming back in you. In your clouds as you're overcoming. In here. Not out there somewhere. It's getting your focus off. You got to focus on that little bitty pixel in there that's growing to be able to see it, or else all you see is blackness, darkness, ignorance of God's ways. And when you're focusing and seeing all this blackness, darkness, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. My thinking is just bull crap. Your thermometer then. Whenever you're taking focus and you see that light, I saw the light, I was baptized. You're baptized, you're immersed, you're in that fire. You're in the land of Goshen, drawing near to God. Not out there in that old yuck. Now God's bringing it in there. You're overcoming. Boom, boom, boom. It's 1 and 2 to 48. It's growing and growing and growing. Inside that one thought process. Inside of a myriad of thought processes, which is your universal thinking process of a mind. Your cosmos thinking. All right.